Hello YouTube, Jeff Steele here with SteelNavigator, and I wanted to make a video in regards to eggs. Specifically speaking, are expensive eggs worth it? Are they worth the difference of money versus the super cheap bulk eggs that we find in the large cases? So, first off, overall, I believe that eggs to be one of the healthiest foods available. I think eating eggs every day is very important for the nutrients that they provide, and overall they're inexpensive. I personally eat 6 whole eggs every morning. Every morning. I don't even feel fulfilled or satisfied unless I get eggs in my diet at least some part during the day. Again, I preferably like to get them in the morning. They digest pretty quick. Great aminos and great fats. Lots of great other ingredients, vitamin D, choline, different things in the whole egg. Good fats, again, high amount of protein. So for years, I went for the just plain egg whites in the carton just to get the protein in. Then I started learning about how important the yolk is, and of course leaving that runny, get those nutrients in. So then I started buying bulk eggs in the large cases. I could get 5 dozen or 60 eggs in a case for anywhere from $3 and change. I mean, sometimes the prices would vary depending on what the market's doing. I'd see them as high as $15 for 5 dozen, but on a good week I could get them for less than $4 for 5 dozen. And they were the small bleach white eggs, the cheapest eggs you can get basically. So I really started to look at these organic eggs. Is it just marketing? Or is there a real tangible benefit to eating the high quality eggs? I hold a degree in marketing. I love everything about marketing, specifically the advertising side of marketing. And with these organic, cage-free and or pasture-raised eggs, I just sort of was thinking, hey, is it just a gimmick? So for example, this box of eggs happens to be organic and pasture raised, which is supposed to be even better than free range. So it goes from caged, which is the standard bulk bleach white eggs, then it goes to cage free, then it goes to free range, and sometimes you see cage free and free range on the same package. This particular package is pasture raised, which is supposed to be the highest on the hen happiness index. So I bought these because, hey, it's supposed to be the best eggs there is. So in comparison, cage free, free range, and pasture raised to, say, the bleach cage eggs, I can tell you there is a ginormous difference, huge difference. And I've really had to buy both and really look at and analyze it. So my grandparents have a farm. I grew up on a farm. For years we had our own chickens out. They were free range, also cage free, and they would lay eggs every day. And we would go pick those eggs out of their coop. And they would look very much like this egg I have here, brown, sometimes with spots on it. Great eggs, about as natural as it gets. So with the cheap bleach eggs, the cage eggs, I can tell you that when I'm cracking the eggs to put in a bowl, I can tell you that these shells are so beyond brittle and soft that sometimes when I pull them out of the package, sometimes they'll break in my hand before I go to crack them. That is a huge indicator on the stress that the chickens are under and or what they're being fed. what toxins, what cheap feed are they being fed. Most of the time, what the cheap eggs are a derivative from is GMO corn and soy feed. The cheapest, most junk-filled feed that they can feed chickens. The absolute cheapest. And it gets into the chicken system and it comes right out in the eggs. So number one, you can tell a huge difference. How strong are the shells? These organic, cage-free, and free-range, you can tell huge. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to crack the egg. I mean, you really got to hit it. Number one identifier. Next is the color of the yolk. The super cheap eggs will have a very, very light, pasty yellow color. The premium eggs, you will see the difference in color in that the color of the yolk is a very deep and dark orange. Sometimes may even have hints of an auburn or red color, but always a deep, rich, dark orange. Now, I did notice that between cage-free, free-range, and pasture-raised, I did notice that the pasture-raised did not have as dark of an orange-colored yolk as the free-range and cage-free eggs. So, do we reach a limit of diminishing returns on this? So, maybe cage-free and free-range organic eggs might be better than pasture-raised. I'm still looking at that scenario. I think that might be the case because maybe we want the hens to be free, but maybe not so free that they're then becoming scared of natural predators. So maybe there's a balance to follow there. I'm still looking at that. But also I paid attention to how I felt overall. I paid attention to my energy levels, my alertness, strength, how quickly my body digested my breakfast, because 6 eggs, that's a lot of eggs, whole eggs in one sitting. So I found that I digest quicker, the healthier eggs. It's almost as if my body gets it in its system and it says, okay, this isn't something natural, I can work with this. And the real cheap eggs, it just sort of had a little harder time digesting my system, I found. So again, I'm completely looking at this comparison objectively. I don't have any say-so. I don't own any of these farms. I just want to try to put the best food that I possibly can, the best fuel in my body, to fuel my body and mind that I can find. And hey, if I can afford to spend a little extra on eggs, is it really worth it? So, from what I found, it is really worth it. But for these organic pasture-raised eggs, it's about 5 times the cost than it is for the cheap caged bleach white eggs. So if you can afford it, absolutely worth it, absolute positive benefits. But at the end of the day, if you cannot afford it and all you can afford is the cheap eggs, by all means eat your eggs, but there is a better way. Let's start a conversation on this. How do you prepare your eggs? What eggs do you eat? What eggs do you recommend? So tap the bell icon, subscribe, like, and comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.